All right, welcome back. BKS1 Radio, BKS1 Radio TV.
Yes.
WBKS1.com. Just had a little technical difficulties. We are back, and we're where it goes. It's week one. It's football season, so you know what we're here to talk about. Hold on. I only bust out the big hat once in a while. You know that. When it's a big win, beginning of the season, you know, you can't bust it out all the time. And then, you know, when I rarely go to the – I'm talking to you. That's right. I bust out the big hat and the big finger. That's what's up, Dallas Cowboys. You know, all day, every day. Ghost and I are both Cowboy fans.
Yes.
And we here to give it to you straight. Obviously, everything that's going on in the news centers around, well, most of what's going on in the news centers around Zeke. It's the Zeke time clock show, right?
Yeah.
I've heard that they are close.
They talked to his agent. His agent's in Dallas today. Zeke came back from Cabo today, so everybody's in Dallas, and they're basically hashing out a couple of little bit of terms here and there. And I'm thinking he'll be signed tomorrow.
You think so?
Yeah.
I've heard that they were close, but then when they thought they had the deal done, and what happened was they were still hung up on some small details, or Zeke and his side was hung up on some small details that the Cowboys thought they had resolved, but apparently not. And listen, Ghost, you and I talked about it off the air. Get your money.
Exactly.
Especially
running backs.
Right. You know, you have to get your money because this may be it for Zeke.
And don't compare running back position, any running back position, to quarterback, a lineman, a wide receiver, because nobody talks about them not getting their second big contract. They're the only ones who can get their second contract will be huge and nobody bats an eye.
Right.
But the running back, it's not that important. You don't need to pay them that much. So they should only go from $5 to $9 million a year, where you can have a quarterback go from a couple of $4 million to $30 million a year.
Well, Dak is making what, $400,000 this year? And he wants to go somewhere north of 30.
Oh, he's going to be north of 30.
Yeah. And nobody says anything.
No. They don't bat an eye at the defensive
lineman.
lineman.
The question for me goes to that is Dak better at his position than Zeke is at his position?
No.
Absolutely not.
No, he's not. 'Cause, I mean, if you're going to look at it across the board, Zeke is arguably the best running back in football.
Arguably. He's won the rushing title the last 2 out of 3 years.
Yes.
The only year he didn't was when he was suspended.
So then the argument is never there about Dak being one of the best quarterbacks in football. But if you go by victories, which the quarterback gets,
right,
he has the third most victories since he's been in the league. So I mean,
but see,
it depends on what stat you go by. And now, the quarterback gets too much credit in wins, and too much blame in losses.
Absolutely,
but that's what they measure him on.
And like you said, the quarterback's the only player that gets a record attached to him. Like cornerbacks don't say, well, they are 6-1 against, or running backs don't get that.
But look at Dan Marino's record when the Miami Dolphins defense was terrible, but Dan Marino's go up there putting up 40 points a game and they're losing 48-42.
But that's why those records are deceptive, because the quarterbacks don't play defense.
Right.
What can you do?
Right.
A quarterback does not play defense. He can't get out there and stop anybody. He can only help his team win. And, you know, they used to say that about Tony Romo. Mm-hmm. And the biggest game for me is when I talk about Tony Romo, I'm like, stop. Well, Tony Romo can't win a big game. It was the Denver Bronco game. He threw for 6 touchdowns.
And all they remember is that one interception.
And exactly. And then they say, well, he threw up an interception. I say he threw 6 touchdowns, bro.
Yeah.
And the defense gave up 52 points.
Yeah,
we lost 52-49.
If you score 48 points, you should win.
You're supposed to win that game.
Yeah,
but I don't care if your quarterback throws an interception.
They just remember that last interception that sealed the game.
It's crazy, man. A lot of big trades going on. Goes Jadeveon Clowney traded from the Texans to the Seahawks.
And but
how do we feel about that?
It's a good move for the Seahawks.
Well, that's how Seahawks fans feel.
Because they were saying that what they gave up in Frank Clark, I believe that's who they traded away to, or they let go to the Chiefs, I believe.
Barkevious Mingo.
But the Barkevious Mingo and Jadeveon Clowney.
Jacob Martin, I thought it was. Who did they get?
They get Barkevious Mingo.
Yeah,
and Jadeveon Clowney. They were saying for those 2 players, the amount they're paying is total $17 million.
Yeah.
Would have been what they would have had to pay for Frank Clark, I think, with the franchise tag.
Okay.
So you got a pass rusher in Clowney who's probably just as good as a pass rusher in Clark. And you got another Mingo who's not a bad pass rusher. Right. You got basically 2 players for the price of 1.
If Mingo
in that move.
right, if Mingo is so good, why has he been on 5 teams though?
I mean, it was early Cleveland, I believe. How long has he been in the league?
Let's see.
In the first couple of years, I thought he was on Cleveland for a while.
By the way, Barcavius? Really? Interesting. That's an interesting name. Mingo. I wonder what.
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, the genesis of Mingo. Barcavius Mingo, called Kiki. Let's see.
94 games. He's been in the league 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So his first 3 years were with Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
He played a year with the Patriots in 2016. Played a year with the Colts, and now he's with Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at these combined. Let's see, 37 tackles, 35 tackles. He's a solid linebacker. 11 tackles with assists. Not a sack specialist, but that's nothing to be. He's a linebacker, so you don't expect that. I think it's a good pick. I think it's a good pickup for the Texans.
Then a lot of times it's the system you're in.
True.
Like, what do they ask him to do? What did they ask him to do in the system he was in? Was he rushing the passer more?
Right.
Or it depends.
And now you got the Texans also pick up Laramie Tunsil and Kenny Stills from the Dolphins. Dolphins get 2 first-rounders, a second-rounder, Johnson Bodamosi, and offensive lineman Julian Davenport.
The Dolphins have 2 first-rounders next year, 2 second-rounders, I think a third. They have a ridiculous number of picks where they can basically turn this team around.
So it's tank
in
for
the matter
Tua.
of no time.
It's tank for Tua.
I just think you need talent. I don't know what if Josh Rosen goes out there and he proves that he can be a good quarterback. He would have drafted number 10.
That's my point. Why are they starting Ryan Fitzpatrick over Josh Rosen?
No.
I mean, if you want to see what Josh Rosen has, wouldn't you start him, put him out there early, let him make mistakes?
If you know
if you're going to tank,
if you know you're going to, he don't have no talent around him, why kill him?
I guess you could preserve him, try to trade him later.
I mean, I feel for Josh Rosen.
You have to on some level.
He went from the Cardinals, who didn't have much around him.
Right.
Gets pushed aside, traded for the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Goes to Miami. Oh, he might get a chance to start there.
Right.
Now they start getting rid of all their talented players, and he might get pushed aside for the next number 1 pick.
Absolutely. Them's the breaks.
Or they could draft Tua, and it could be a competition, and he shines. The thing about it is that they didn't even give him a chance in the Cardinals to even beat out Murray.
I can't. Well, first of all, that was because of Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't think this would have happened if he was in, say, Seattle. Because you know what? Good teams would have let him have a preseason to go up there and show what you can do and have a good competition, and then you drive your value up.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Ghost, with that is
they could have got more from instead of what they got from Miami.
That may be true if he plays well. If he plays poorly, then you lose value. But I think for Cliff Kingsbury, it becomes a situation where if you're going to bring me in as the new head coach, then I want to pick my guy.
No, you can pick him, but have a competition.
Is it even worse? I mean, isn't that just a waste of time because you're sitting there saying...
Not waste of time if you're trying to drive the value of Josh Rosen up and you can worry about getting a better pick for him.
That's fair. I don't think of it that. I think of it like, look, we know you're not the starter. We're going with that guy. He's coming in number 1. That's the guy I always wanted. I said that in college. I'm riding with him in the pros, and I'm not going to be messing around with you. So we might as well get what we can get for you and move on.
Yeah, but you could have got more for him if he had a good preseason and looked strong.
Now, Ghost, do you think Zeke's going to play week 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't need to learn anything. The offense ain't changed.
Was this whole thing just obviously you want more money, but a lot of players don't like training camp.
They don't play. I mean, he did all the OTAs and mini camps. He didn't do preseason. I mean, what was he going to do out there?
How well will Antonio Brown play? You think he's going to play well?
Yeah.
You think he's going to show out?
Oh, yeah. Can't nobody guard him.
Are the Browns going to live up to the hype?
No. I think the Browns are going to be good, but I think the hype is so high that people, it's like almost they expect him to go out there and be perfect. It's going to be some bumps in the road because you got to get chemistry playing all together with everybody and see how it all works out.
What do you think their record's going to be, the Browns?
9-7.
That's not bad.
No, I think maybe 10. It could possibly be 10-6.
I think 10-6. Let's check out the Browns schedule real quick and see. There are still people, Ghost, that are saying that the Steelers are going to win that division because they feel like Roethlisberger is going to have something to prove. That he was the guy that made Antonio Brown. That he was the guy that made Le'Veon Bell and not the other way around. Do you think that is likely, possible, or just a ridiculous thought?
I just think it's crazy when they say he made somebody with. You know what? You don't make talent. Antonio Brown's one of the most talented receivers in the game. Ben threw the ball up, and he caught the ball with triple team sometimes. He made circus catches. You don't make that talent. You don't. How do you make Le'Veon Bell be able to run the way he runs and to find holes? Because if that's the case, then make somebody else. What happened when Le'Veon Bell wasn't there and they didn't make the playoffs? You could have easily made another running back then, right?
That's what they're saying. James Conner.
They didn't make the playoffs when Le'Veon Bell went down the years before. I'm not talking about last year. When Le'Veon Bell went down with the knee injury the year before, they didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
But if he made the running back, then you would have easily made the playoff, right? It would never be a hiccup if your player is out. I think people are so quick to discredit talent when they start disliking a player. It amazes me. You can't take away what Antonio Brown's done.
But now hold on,
since he's been in the league.
Since he's been in the league, but he was drafted in the 6th round, 195th overall. 22nd of 27 wide receivers selected in the draft, and the second behind former guest of In the Game, Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, Emmanuel Sanders went on to have a good career too, right? Did Ben make him? He was drafted in the 6th round too, right?
I think. Well, obviously Antonio Brown is much better than him.
Emmanuel Sanders is a good receiver. He's still in the league.
Oh, he's solid. He's solid, big time. And else he won't come back on our show, but you know.
And he's very good. But he didn't make Antonio Brown.
Then why, if he didn't make Antonio Brown, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Why did Antonio Brown get drafted so low? 6th round, 195th.
Well, how tall is he? You know, people were
5'10".
At one point, people were wanting big receivers. They wanted you to be over 6 foot.
I think he's probably about 5'10", if I had to guess. Let's see. He is listed at 5'10", 185 pounds.
He's big. He's short and small compared to what.
Oh, easy,
at that time,
easy. I'm 5'10".
You're not playing NFL wide receiver either.
All right, but don't
at that time.
Don't just throw that out there.
At that time, when you're looking at wide receivers, who people were out there, you're talking about Julio Jones, which is bigger. Calvin Johnson was a big receiver.
Yes.
Terrell Owens, big receiver.
Yes.
You had They wanted receivers with big size.
6'3", 6'4", 220. Yeah. I mean, but then you have the Marvin Harrisons, like you said, Emmanuel. I mean, Marvin Harrison is a Hall of Fame wide receiver at 5'10", 175.
Peyton Manning made him.
Some would say that. I wouldn't say that.
You don't make somebody. I don't understand that. Because then Marvin can say, well, I made you because I had to catch the ball.
I agree. I think it works.
Nobody makes anybody.
I think that's where it's difficult because you can't. Well, I can't really make that statement. I was going to say you can't be a great quarterback without great receivers, but then Tom Brady makes that argument false because he's never really had a great receiver with the exception of Randy Moss. Gronk's a great tight end.
Gronk is a great receiver.
Okay, you want to call him a receiver? Call him a receiver.
How many times he lined up more in a slot and everywhere else than he did on the line?
I mean, but did Gronk make Tom Brady or did Tom Brady make Gronk?
That's the argument. I'm not saying he made either one made it. I think you don't make.
They make
great
each
talent.
other, don't they?
You make great talent. Don't make each other. They boost each other up.
And that's what
great
I was gonna
talent.
say. When I say make so and so, I don't mean make them like they created their talent. I mean they help each other become better.
Yes.
They help each other perform better.
Yes.
Like Zeke makes Dak better. Cooper makes Dak better.
Yes.
Does Dak make Zeke better?
Yes. In a way, because he's serviceable.
Does Dak make Cooper better?
I can't say that yet. We won 6 games.
Okay.
Or 7 games, or 9 games, whatever it was. I think. I don't say. I can't sit here and say that somebody makes somebody else who's talented. You don't make another talent. He's talented.
You know what I mean. I'm not saying make talent. I'm
saying that's what the fans saying.
Contribute.
Oh, he made him great. No, he didn't make him great. He doesn't. He did. nobody makes Antonio Brown run great routes except Antonio Brown.
Let's say this: would Ben have been? Let me rephrase that. He's been a better quarterback because of Antonio Brown, or is Antonio a better receiver because of Ben Roethlisberger, or are they both better because they play together?
I think they're both better because they played together.
Okay. So that's what it is. So they help make each other.
In every situation. That's like saying, oh, did Jerry Rice make Joe Montana?
In some ways.
Well, Joe Montana only threw the ball 6 yards.
In some ways, I think that, because, when you
or
look.
Did
Joe Montana was made
make
better.
Jerry Rice because he threw the ball more accurately and he threw it in a position where he can catch it and run it.
I agree. I think both things are true.
I don't say you make a player. Talent helps talent.
I think both things can be true. I think Jerry Rice made Joe Montana a much better quarterback. I think he made Steve Young a better quarterback. I think he made Jeff Garcia a better quarterback. All three of those guys were better because they played with Jerry Rice. Can we agree on that statement? Is that fair to say?
I don't know. I think talent helps talent.
All right. That's fair. Talent helps talent. All right. Let's jump into a little tennis, Ghost. I was talking about, first of all, the U.S. Open is going on over here in the New York tri-state area. Mm-hmm. This tournament, my wife makes me watch a lot of meaningless tennis. I love tennis, don't get me wrong. But,
Not by the way you said it.
Huh? What? What do you mean?
Wow, that's meaningless tennis, but my opinion, watch it. But I like tennis.
I love tennis. I grew up watching tennis. I go back to Boris Becker, Ivan Lendl, all those guys. Mm-hmm. But if I don't know the name of the two people that are playing, then I probably do not care about it. I'm not that much of a tennis fan. I have to know who's playing, or I would prefer to know who's playing. At least one of the participants.
Go ahead. We were I'll bounce back to football. We were saying the Browns can go 10-7.
Yeah. Oh, we got to go back to that. Yeah, we'll get back to that.
Yeah, okay.
We'll go back to the Browns record in a few minutes. But no, I was talking, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, who the hell are these people on my TV? I don't care. Tell me when somebody important gets here. Like Serena Williams. The only reason why I watched that match tonight, came on at 7 o'clock, was to watch Serena perform. And Serena, to her credit, beat the one woman. Her name was Kui Wang. I can't say her name. I'm sorry. 6-1, 6-love. Mm-hmm. Did it in a tidy 44 minutes. Mm-hmm. Broke her every game but one. She's set to play the number 5 ranked player, Elina Svitolina. She's the number 5 ranked.
Svitolina.
How do you say that?
Svitolina.
Svitolina. Okay. Now, the story of it yesterday, Naomi Osaka got worked, man.
Yeah, she lost.
She lost bad. She lost bad. She did not look good. Some people say she had a minor injury, but the woman that was playing her was, what was her name? Belinda Bencic, who had beaten her twice already.
Matchups. Styles make matchups in tennis. You
yes.
can go up against somebody who plays well against the way you play.
Absolutely.
And then who knows? People have off days.
Well, Osaka definitely had an off day yesterday, and she got smoked. So the highest ranking American still in the tournament, I think, is, let's see, I think it's Serena. I'm not sure. Let me go back to the semis. Have quarterfinal matches. Yeah, Serena Williams is the last American in the field. On the men's side, Djokovic.
Nobody cares.
Come on, man.
Who watches? You know why I don't watch men's tennis?
Why?
It's like women's tennis is 3 sets. Right. I could do 3 sets.
I have to agree with you.
Men's
on that.
tennis is 5 sets.
My gosh,
and then they're so closely matched.
Yes.
That it always goes 5, and it matches just
forever.
so long.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
I could do 3 sets.
It's in, it's out, it's quick.
5 sets is whew.
I agree with you on that.
That's the only reason I don't watch men's tennis often. It's just so long.
I agree with you 100% on that.
Because very rarely do you see any of the men go out there and say, all right, I'm beating them 3 sets and done.
No. It doesn't happen like that. It
always seems to go to like 7-6, and they always go to that, the whatever you call that, the event where it goes extra points.
Oh, the tiebreakers.
Yeah, it always seems to go that way. That's the only reason I don't watch men's.
Oh, then hold on. We're not. exactly accurate because Roger
I only
Federer.
watch the good players.
Roger Federer took out his last opponent 6-2, 6-2, 6-love. Dimitrov, who's going to play Federer in the quarters, took out his opponent 7-5, 6-3, 6-4.
Oh, okay.
Mario Berrettini, same thing. He took out his opponent 6-1, 6-4, 7-6, and an 8-6 tiebreaker. Guy Monfils.
What about the ones before them? Before the
Guy
match?
Monfils, hold on. Beat Andujar 6-1, 6-2, 6-2.
Go back to the first round. Let's see how many of them they got. That was.
All right, hold on. Let's go back to the next round. No, Djokovic, he went straight sets. Federer, another straight set victory. So these guys are.
Hey, maybe I just don't watch it in the early rounds where they get straight set victories.
Now, Guy Monfils against Shapovalov. Oh my God!
When
they
I
went
start
5
going,
sets.
When I start, I haven't watched men's until like probably later rounds.
Right.
So earlier rounds, yeah, maybe I need to start watching it then where they go 3 sets and be done.
But Guy Monfils, you did not want to watch this match. He went over David. Who was it? Let's get his name right. I just want to make sure I have it right. Shapovalov? Hold on, let's see. All right, it's irrelevant. He didn't win. But his match went 5 sets and had 3 tiebreakers.
Oh yeah, no, that's too long. Yeah, that's the one reason
I'm with
I don't
you.
watch.
That's like, yo,
I could
man,
do 3.
stop
Like I
playing
said,
with me.
I could do 3 sets.
I do not have time.
Welcome
for
to the show,
this.
Mr. Martin. Go Giants.
Oh,
Yeah.
stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. You know what? Who's that? Mr. Martin in chat?
Yes, Derek Martin.
All right. Listen, give me a realistic number of what you expect from the Giants. How many wins do you expect from the Giants, Martin? I'm serious. And take your blue shade eyeglasses off and be realistic. Let's just be fair. And I want to know what Giant fans are thinking. I just really want to understand where a Giant fan's head is at. Because sometimes Giant fans have a tendency to be disillusioned.
You can't. Well, most fans are.
I'm not disillusioned about the Cowboys.
Most fans, I didn't say you. I said
Okay.
most fans are because they believe that their team. It's like saying, all right, I want you to go out there and say the Cowboys are going to lose. No, I can't. So, of course, you're going to be a little overzealous for your team.
Even though I don't believe that the Cowboys will win every game. As a fan, I believe they can be competitive in most games. I believe they will have a chance to win most games. But given the nature of football, and there's only been, one undefeated team, it is probability says they're not going to.
You can say 1.
You could say 2. I mean, you could call the Patriots undefeated in regular season.
Yeah.
Okay, but the likelihood of that happening is so low that statistically it doesn't happen very often.
But a fan's not going to say they're going to win every game, but not many fans are going to go out there and say to their team, my team's going to go 3-13.
Well, no, I don't think anybody says that unless you maybe the Browns over the last few years.
Even then, I bet you they would have.
You think they were optimistic?
Look, man. I had a Browns.
Stop it.
I got a Browns fan who's in one of my fantasy leagues.
Right.
They picked the Browns to win the division for the last 6 years in a row.
Well, then, I mean,
but this is just fans.
Sanity.
This is just fans because
I
fans hold out hope.
Sanity.
Fans hold out hope because you never know. This is the first league.
I have to question the sanity, man, because if you told me you picking the Browns to win the division 2 years ago, I'm gonna tell you're crazy.
Yeah, but fans aren't logical.
Now, if you tell me you're gonna win the division now, that's a different set of circumstances.
He said there'll be a 500 team.
Okay, that's reasonable. I think that's a reasonable approach for the Giants with an aging Eli Manning, an offensive line that's suspect. Saquon Barkley is the shining light of the Giants. They're going to wear it.
He better hope Zeke gets everything he can get.
That's what I was just about to say. How do you think this affects Saquon Barkley in the next couple of years?
I got a benchmark. Just like Gurley, they need these running backs who go out there and perform to their draft spot and better to get paid like it. So it sets the mark for other people.
Yep. I think that.
Speaking of that contract, I'm following somebody on Twitter, and what they said was, you pay people for future production, not for what they've done, right? Mm-hmm. And I wanted, and this person, I forgot what paper they write for. And I was going to go back and say, well, first of all, the NFL and the Players Association got mad saying, "Oh, we need to hold these rookie contracts down because we're not paying for future production. We're paying for what you already done."
Right.
So you can't have it both ways.
No, you can't.
You can't say, "I'm not going. You're the number one pick. We used to give you $100 million when you first signed, but you ain't played it down. We're not paying you for future production." But then turn around and say, "We're paying you for future production, not for what you already did on the field." Because when do they actually get rewarded?
That's the thing about the NFL. It's this weird game where we don't want to pay you in the beginning of your career because you haven't done anything yet. We don't want to pay you in the middle of your career because you're not good enough yet. We don't want to pay you at the end of your career because now you're too old.
Unless you're a running back.
So,
because a running back, we don't want to pay you at all.
Right. And we
don't want to draft you in the first round because your position is devalued. But if you overperform, we don't want to pay you because you used up and you only got a short career.
Listen, you get no argument from me. You get no argument from me on that one. In football, I will always be a pro player.
Oh man, ridiculously.
Always. Because it's a violent game, and until they fully guarantee all contracts, then players got to do what they have to do to get their money. I told people, I said, look, if Dak, Zeke, and Amari all decided to hold out, I'd be like, go ahead, get your money.
And they'll all be signed.
And I'm a Cowboys fan.
Because they have the money to sign them all.
Absolutely. And
then I hate to say when teams say, "Oh, we don't have enough money to go around." Well, that's not the player's fault for performing.
Right.
He held up his end of the bargain.
Let me ask you this question, Goes. How much do you think the fact that Jerry Jones is 77 years old plays, if at all, plays into the fact that he's signing Zeke and not, say, holding out until maybe 3 or 4 games into the year? Do you think that has any effect on it? Where Jerry might be saying, we have a window right now?
No, I think that goes for any team now. Like, your windows in the NFL are short. If you feel you have enough talent right now to win, you got to do what you have to do to win. Like, look what the Rams did last year.
Yeah.
They had talent. They went out and signed Dominican Sue. Mm-hmm. They traded for Talib.
Mm-hmm.
Then they traded for Peterson, another corner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they went all in to get to the Super Bowl. It got them to the Super Bowl.
Just didn't give them the win.
Yeah, a couple of bad calls here and there. Didn't get them win. Mm-hmm. But they went all in because you never know what your talent's going to be. And look at Gurley's knee. You can't wait. You have to strike while your team is hot because who knows what's going to happen.
And I think you're absolutely right. Because otherwise, I mean, you can wind up.
Get nothing. Mm-hmm. You lose. Good day, sir.
That's what you'll get in the NFL if you don't play it right.
And before you know it, your time's gone.
Your time can close. And like you said, it takes one injury for one player that can change the whole trajectory of a team. You look at last year, even when the play against the Rams with the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows if they're going to get a chance to come back to that level again?
Yeah, you have players who they might not get the chance to get to the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you blew that call so bad.
Yep. You blew one call, and you've changed careers. Drew Brees may have had a second Super Bowl victory. Mm-hmm. I believe that the Saints would have beat the Patriots.
I did have put up more points, I think.
Right. And now Drew Brees, because of one blown call, who knows if he ever makes it back to another NFC Championship game. Because like you said, now he's a year older, a step slower. Michael Thomas just got a big contract. Is he going to be as hungry as he was last year? There's so many moving parts in football, and it takes so many breaks, opportunities, and sometimes luck. That's what I was just about to say.
Because the ball got to bounce your way.
Yep. You got to get a bad call sometimes. A lot of Rams. Sometimes it takes a bad call to send you to the Super Bowl. All right. How long before Daniel Jones will start for the Giants, Ghost? Will he start this year?
Eli has to really do bad.
You think so?
Mr.
Martin, how long?
They have to be. If they go like 0-4, 1-5, I could see them coming in. If they start out be like, all right, 3-4, and they hover around that 500 mark the whole season, I don't see them coming in. But if they go like 1-4, 1-5, you start your season out like that, then it's going to be like, look, we got to make a change.
What happened to the last Giant coach that replaced Eli?
Well, I mean, come on, you didn't replace him with your draft pick.
But I'm just saying, will Pat Shurmur have the courage to say,
yes.
"Hey, look,
yes,
I gotta get this guy out of here because
Yeah, because you know why? Because he's not going to Geno Smith, who you know what you got.
All right, let's see. Let's look at the Giants' schedule real quick. We're in the tri-state area, so we're going to look at this. They got the Cowboys. I think that's a loss. They got the Bills, the Bucks. Bills at home, at Tampa. Washington. Listen, they could open up 3-1. And I like to look at the season in quarters.
Yeah.
Okay, so they could go 3-1. They got Washington, Minnesota. I'm sorry. 3-1.
3-2.
3-2 against the Vikings.
3-3.
3-3.
4-3.
4-3. Then you got the Lions at Detroit. 4-4, let's say.
Nah, they could beat Detroit, but yeah, okay, go there.
4-5 against the Cowboys. They're going to lose both games to the Cowboys. At the Jets, which is a home game. So they could be 5-5. Mm-hmm. They're going to lose to the Bears in Chicago.
They're going to lose to the Packers.
5-6. 5-7.
5-8.
5-8 against the Eagles.
6-8.
6-8 against the Dolphins. 7-8.
7-9.
7-9.
7-9.
7-9. There it is. So like he said, what did he say?
Burns said he won't start, but like Go said, if they lose 3 straight, he's done. He said, I think we beat the Cowboys and they're 4-0 in the first quarter of the season.
Put that alcohol down, please. Put that brown liquor down because you're crazy. You know that, right? You're not beating the Cowboys. Although, Eli does play well in Dallas. And he does play well opening night. So that's
How many times did they beat the Cowboys opening night?
I would say it's probably better than 500.
No.
No?
Not the last 3 years.
Well, the last 3 years, no. But
they won the first game when they opened up the new stadium.
And they won a couple after that goes. I would have to say they got like 3 wins on opening day. See if you can find that. Because I know he plays well down there. It still ticks me off that the Giants won that opening day game. I just want to say that. That drives me nuts. When we opened the stadium in 2009, and I say we because if you know anything about me, you know I'm a Cowboys investor, not just a fan. I put my money where my mouth is with this Cowboy thing. Ghost, you said something funny to me one time. You said, I don't know anybody with any more Cowboys crap than you.
You got a lot of stuff, man.
Somebody once asked me if I was going to be a fan of any other team, who would I pick? I said, I can't. I'd have to get rid of half my sports wardrobe. I couldn't do it. All right, let's look at the Cowboys schedule real quick. We open against the Giants. Cowboys should be at least 3-1 after the first quarter. Only lost
5-4 at Dallas in the last since 2010.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
I said slightly better than 500. That doesn't surprise me.
But they've been swept by the Cowboys the last 2 years.
Okay, ain't bad.
Ain't bad at all.
All right, so we got the Giants coming in. That's a win. Go to Washington, win. Miami coming in, win. Got to go to New Orleans. I'll take a loss there. Go to Green Bay. No, Green Bay coming in. Sorry. I think that's a win.
Who?
Cowboys. So you got 3-1.
Yeah, 3. Yeah.
4-1. 5-1. 6-1. How you feel about that Philly game, Ghost?
Where's it at?
Eagles coming in.
We'll win at home.
So I got 6-1. Is that fair?
The first 6 games?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 1. What the Eagles game is in 6, right?
7.
1, 2.
That's the 7th game. So 6-1 I got.
Oh yeah, so 6-2.
Who do you got them losing to?
Eagles, Saints.
You got them losing to the Eagles? Night game at home?
Oh, it's at home.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm giving them that game.
That's what I'm saying.
They're gonna
6-1.
lose in Philly. Yeah.
All right. So then we got to go to New York.
Win.
Giants will be a mess, so we should win that. So that's 7-1. Vikings coming in.
Vikings always tough.
I'm going 8-1.
Okay.
We're gonna stumble against Detroit because then they're gonna start thinking they're good when they're 8-1. And then we'll stumble against New England. 2 road games, back-to-back road games. Now you're 8-3.
They're not stumbling against Detroit.
You don't think so?
No.
I got a bad feeling about that game. So I'm gonna go 8-3. Then you got Buffalo. So I'm going 9-3. Chicago in December, 9-4. 9-5. 9-6. 10-6. I think that's where we end up.
I see that.
I think 10-6 is where we end up.
But I'm saying 11-5 because I don't see them stumbling against Detroit.
I just think you always have, with the Cowboys, you always have that one game where they should have won and they're going to lose late by a field goal and it's going to drive me crazy and say we could have had that game. There's always that one game that just ticks me off, man. Yeah, so that's the way I look at that one. Ghost, let's talk a little college football. Jalen Hurts.
Martin, 6-10 for who?
He better not be talking about the Cowboys. He's drunk. I told you.
I think you might be talking about the Giants.
Yeah, he better be talking about the Giants.
Oh, Jalen Hurts, man. I'm so happy for him. I've never seen somebody go 26-2 for their team and just get like he didn't even
like
contribute.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah, like he said, okay.
Jalen Hurts, folks, former quarterback for the Alabama Crimson Tide, transferred to Oklahoma. And the opening game of college football for the Oklahoma Boomer Sooners, Jalen Hurts had 508 total yards, 3 passing TDs, and 3 rushing TDs.
Man, he killed it.
So, Ghost, my question to you is, does this say more about Jalen Hurts or more about Nick Saban?
No, it's who Jalen Hurts is.
So, was Nick Saban holding Jalen Hurts back?
No. I think your team is based around where your talent was. Jalen Hurts basically was more of a running. They had more running back talent at Alabama at that time.
All right, all right, good. You know what? So then my next question is, does this say more about Lincoln Riley's system or Jalen Hurts' talent?
I think it says something about both.
Yeah?
His system is it's going to put up points.
Yeah.
No matter who's back there. But
they produced the last two back-to-back Heisman Trophy winners.
But you have to have some kind of accuracy in that system because you got to get the ball out.
Mm-hmm.
And he ran for 3 touchdowns. He had 160 yards rushing.
Jesus.
Did you see the interview after the game?
No, what did he say?
We got to improve. Didn't smile. They said, well, you just did something nobody else did. Can you show me? Can you at least be like a little happy? He was like, no, we got some areas we need to improve.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said, we got some stuff we need to tighten up on. We got to improve and get better each week.
Wow.
Can you show me a little smile? He was just like, shook his head. Gave her a little smile. So, okay, well, you gave me a little smile.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I got to see this now. Hold on. You got me. Here it is. Let's run some sound on this. Wait, hold on. All right, hold on. Let's go back. Unmute. We got a lot going on here. And go.
Scored your first touchdown and you started to hit some nice throws. How did you settle into this offense in your first time?
It's just playing football. It's great surrounding cast around me. O-lineman did a great job. Receivers did a great job of getting open. We played good football at times, but it was not consistent enough.
You seem super disappointed right now, and yet you set a new school record for yards in a debut, and you're also the first Oklahoma quarterback in school history to throw for over 300 and rush for over 150. So can you be somewhat happy?
I got to go talk to my boys. We got to get right. We got to get better. We got to take more steps.
When you look back on this game tonight, what do you think is the thing that you've got to clean up most?
Sloppy play, really trusting it, and just executing better. We got to execute better.
All right. What does the future hold for you guys? What kind of feeling do you get from this debut?
Hopefully, we can learn from our mistakes from this game and take that next step next week.
Okay. Can I just get one smile? You played well tonight, Jalen.
We got to do better, man. I'm telling you.
All right. You gave me a baby one. I'll take it. Thank you.
You know what?
You know what? I'm going to tell you where it comes from. Okay, Mr. Martin in chat says, if the Giants win the division, can he get us to wear Giants? Giants.
Come on, man. Come on, man. He
like
knows
that.
how.
That's an easy bet.
First of all, wait. If the Giants, I don't. We'll get back to that. What were you going to say, Ghost? I'll get back to that.
That comes from coming from Alabama.
I was just about to say the same thing, Ghost.
Because you're not satisfied if you got any sloppy plays somewhere. Because when I looked at him, like, okay, they put up points.
Yep.
He had 6 touchdowns, which means he had what? 42 points.
Yep.
He accounted for every point they had, right? Wasn't the score like 42-31?
I'm looking it up right now.
I believe it was 42-31, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm looking at him like he's never been on a team where the defense is going to give up that many points. Like the Big 12 is a lot different than SEC.
Yeah.
You put up 40-some points with Alabama, the other team might have 10.
Let's see
maybe
where,
20.
Alabama, they had a tough game. 42-3 against Duke. Ooh, Georgia started out rough. Georgia, 30-6 over Vandy.
No, you know, start out rough. Look at Penn State.
What was Penn State? Hold on.
79-3.
Oh, stop it. Just
Did they give up
stop
3?
it. Hold on. That is disgusting.
Derek said, I think we'll be surprised in the NFL this year.
Hold on. I got to. Surprised by how? I don't understand. Surprised by what?
They're going to shock the world.
Oklahoma scored 49 points, gave up 31. But I think you're right, Ghost. He threw for 332 yards, ran for 160, however you had it, 176 on 16 carries, scored 3 touchdowns. And you're right. That's the Nick Saban effect. So, look, I don't care that we won.
Mm-hmm.
That's all well and good. But we did not play well. And see, I like that mentality because that's when I look at the Cowboys, I don't just look at the fact that they won.
Penn State was 79-7.
It's a damn shame. I don't look at just the facts that they won because, yeah, you can win and play poorly. And that doesn't speak to the quality of football play or the quality of your team. Mm-hmm. It just, if all you want to do is look at wins and losses, and if you think wins and losses tells you whether or not your team is good, okay. If you want to oversimplify
but you gotta
it like
look at,
that.
Will they be able to do that in championship? He's not playing for the season. He's playing to get the championships.
Right.
So if you get into the playoffs and you play with the mistakes and you give up 40-some points, you're not scoring 40 against Alabama.
Right. But
very rarely will you put up – if you go against any SEC defense, except maybe Clemson.
Right.
You're not putting up 40 against them. It's hard to put up 40 against SEC defense. Auburn's going to give you a tough defense. LSU will give you a tough defense. Alabama is going to give you a tough defense.
Yes.
You're going to put up big numbers in the Big 12, but to get where he wants to get, he sees that we got to be better across the board.
I agree. But see, that's my point. I don't think there's any coach that will look at just a win-loss and say, well, we won a game and that's all that matters. Coaches look at things differently, and not that I'm a coach, but I like to look at things from that perspective and say, hey, look, how well did they play? How well did they play? Mm-hmm. All right, Ghost, let's take a quick break. We'll be back in 2 minutes. We can take a quick break, folks. I'm going to leave you with this. And guess what? Ghost is going to love this. What's that, Ghost? You know what that is, right? Got this fight song, baby.
Do they fight?
Huh?
Do they fight?
Do we what?
Do Rutgers actually fight?
We got a fight song.
No, does the team fight?
We're going to come back. We're going to talk a little Rutgers football. 1-0, baby, with a big win against UMass. Ghost is excited. There we go, baby.
They better enjoy it. Yeah, one win. Let's see what they're going to do this year.
We'll see. Keep it locked. WBKS1.com, BKS1 Radio TV. We'll be right back in the game.
Touchdown and you started to hit some nice throws. How did you settle into this offense in your first time?
We're just playing football. Great surrounding cast around me. O-lineman did a great job. The Chiefs did a great job of getting open. We played good football at times, but it was not consistent enough.
You seem super disappointed right now, and yet you set a new school record for yards in a debut, and you're also the first Oklahoma quarterback in school history to throw for over 300 and rush for over 150. So can you be somewhat happy?
Back.
Yep.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Hold on. You are in the game. To my left, he is.
Short fuse, like here to go.
To my boy. Sorry about that, folks. I am O-Dog in the house. that was an old school throwback. Mm-hmm. All right, we talking a little NCAA football. Goes, how was your opening weekend of football? Because mine was great. Mine was absolutely fantastic. It started off a little bit slow. I got a little worried. Rutgers going down 21-7. And then the mighty RU came back strong.
Who they play?
UMass.
Okay. Get your wins while you can, man.
Hey, that's right. Listen, the over-under on Rutgers football is, I think it was 3.5.
3.5 what?
Wins. Nobody asked for your opinion. I'm just making a statement. You got jokes? This guy. Hold on.
The over-under is 3.5 wins out of 11?
Oh, man.
Y'all ain't even going to make the Pinstripe Bowl, huh?
Listen, it's a tough year. We're going into we got Iowa at Iowa. Number 20 Iowa.
Loss.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a loss. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a tough game for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. But hey, look, we got a solid quarterback. He looks pretty good.
Okay, let's be honest, man.
Come on, let's not be honest. Let's say unbridled optimism.
Every
is
year,
what I'm after.
I've been hearing the same thing about Rutgers since they moved to the Big Ten.
You ain't been hearing it from me, so I don't know.
I'm saying,
it's
it's gonna be a tough year.
Yeah,
They need time to get the team right.
yeah.
How long before they really get the team right and they're going to challenge?
About a decade.
Well, they've been in about a decade, right?
Not exactly sure. McLean Carter threw for 340 yards, 92 QBR. He had 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, which is a little bit disappointing.
I will say that running back is good.
Isaiah Pacheco,
The other guy, too.
Raheem Blackshear.
They're fast.
Pacheco had 20 carries, 156 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Count them 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, obviously it's
Against
UMass. Yeah, I mean, we're not playing world beaters. Next week will be a better test to see what, if any, level of talent they have. Bo Melton looked good. He had 127 yards receiving. Blackshear out of the backfield had 126 yards receiving. There's some talent. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Rutgers is a world beater. But listen, you can remain pleasantly
Mr.
surprised.
Martin in chat said, I was told Rutgers will not beat OSU in my lifetime.
They're
not beating.
How old are you?
They're not beating OSU.
Hey, hold on. How old are you?
They're not beating OSU in your kids' lifetime.
Stop it.
Yo, what's up, Goody?
Stop it, man. Just stop talking about my squad like that, all right?
Hey, we're optimists.
Wait, Goody in chat?
Yeah, man.
What's up? Shout out to D Goody. What up? What's up, Mr. Baseball in chat? Mr. Martin?
Rutgers ain't beating nobody.
Listen, let's look at Rutgers' schedule. They play number 29th ranked. No, 20. Is that 20? Yeah, 20th ranked Iowa.
Lost.
They can beat BC.
Who?
BC, Boston College.
No.
I said they could. I didn't say they would.
I mean, they could beat everybody if everybody got hurt.
Michigan's a loss. Maryland's a winnable game. Indiana,
Lost.
they played well last year.
Did they beat them?
No.
Okay.
Minnesota,
Lost.
Liberty, they're going to beat. Illinois.
Lost.
Illinois is not that good. We could win that game. OSU, no. MSU, no. PSU, no. So we're going out on the last.
PSU might put 100 up on y'all. Hold on. What school was that put 81 up on Rutgers?
Michigan.
That might get beat.
Oh, man.
That might get beat this year. So that three is about right.
I'm fired up now.
Watch it, all right? Watch it. Enough about laughing about Rutgers football. Shout out to the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
Mr. Martin said he lives in Ohio and he wears his R on his vehicle with pride.
Yeah, for the academics, not the athletics.
Unless you're talking about basketball or baseball.
Baseball, yeah.
Basketball, too.
Basketball, yeah, we're coming along.
Women's basketball.
Women's basketball is quality program.
Yes.
The Rutgers facility on the banks of the old Raritan. All right, let's get back into a little football talk. The Bears open up against the Packers, or the Packers, I should say, open up against the Bears, right? Because the Bears are the home team, right?
Who do you?
Good.
I'm in a league where I got to pick every game, right? And I gotta go by the point spread.
Yeah, speaking of that, hold on. Let me give the Sportscast a shout out. Everybody in chat and everybody listening, if you want to become part of a pick'em league, it's free to join, and you have an opportunity. What's going on with YouTube? Can they see us? Are we moving? In chat and YouTube, are we moving? Because it looks like we're frozen.
It looks like we're frozen.
I know, and I was looking at that. Somebody let me know if we're moving in chat, because I refreshed, and it doesn't look like we're moving. It looks like we're frozen.
Oh, yeah, we are. That camera went out.
Which camera? That one? Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know what we'll do?
What's that?
I'm going to try something.
All right, you going to turn the camera around? Mm-hmm. Hold on, folks. If you can hear us, keep it locked. Technical difficulties, live radio. Ghost is on it. There we go. You get a close-up view of my ugly mug. I got a face made for radio. Yeah. All right, there he is. All right, we are back. WBKS1.com, BKS1 Radio. Check us out now, D. Martin. What was I saying? What were we talking about, Ghost? What were we just talking about?
Oh, man.
Not Rutgers football, not Rutgers basketball.
Keep talking.
You got a what?
I'm going to raise it up.
Okay. We're talking about football, right? What the hell? I lost my damn train of thought. It happens, folks. I'm getting older. We talked about U.S. Open. Oh, damn. I'm all over the map right now. Hold on. Let me get this off my screen. I got a lot of stuff on my screen, so. I'm going to ask you a question, Goes. Where does Serena Williams rank in all-time athletes? Because I maintain that Serena Williams is one of the greatest athletes, male, female, in any sport, across the board. Oh, no, that's what I was talking about. I got my train of thought. Sorry.
Okay.
The Sportscast Pick'em League. If you want to link Sportscast Pigskin Pick'em, you can join. It's free. You were talking about the league you were in. You got to pick every game every week. There is a small penalty if you wind up on the second page. They call it second page citizens. You have to pony up 99 cents if you end up on the second page. Just something fun they do. It's from my boys Sportscast out in Cali. You know, Knocker and Josh. And it's just fun. You know, it doesn't cost anything to enter. I'll put the link in chat, and you can check it out if you want to get into a pigskin pick'em league for no charge. You have an opportunity to win a $200 Visa gift card.
Oh, nice.
So if you come in first, you get $200 for picking games. That's what we were talking about.
Okay.
All right.
Now my league ain't free.
He said my league ain't free.
It was
Thanks, Goody.
It was like $300, $285 to get in.
$285?
Yeah.
What's the payout on that?
$500 and some dollars a week. Wow. And then if you
wait, it pays out every week?
Yeah.
Oh wow, see now that's different.
And then if you come in the top 3 people at the end of the year, if you get the most
wins,
I think first place was like $3,000.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Second place was like $2 something, and third place was like $1,200.
But dropping that $285 in the beginning of the year, ooh.
Yeah, when you win 1 week, you get your money back.
That's true.
One year I won the whole thing. I didn't win not 1 week.
Did you really?
I was just consistent. Me and my buddy did it. We were consistent. We had like every week we would do like 11-10, 11-10, 9.
I'm in the league like that.
We were in that straight. We didn't go like drop like 3 wins.
Right.
We stayed consistent across the board, and we won the whole. We had the most picked the most getting wins throughout the whole year.
I'm in a league like that but it's $85 to get in. And if you win a week, you get $105.
Yeah, so you win 1 week, you get your money back.
Yeah, you get your money back. And at the end of the year, if you win it, I think the payout for the winner is like $400 or something.
Oh, nice.
I'm not rolling like you. You be balling out there.
We got like 50 people. I mean, you got all year to save $285.
So hey, what were you saying about your league? You said you were talking about the league.
Oh yeah, so I had to pick the Bears and Packers is a tough one. I had a couple of tough games. I'm like, I don't know. Because the Packers going into the Bears got a good defense. Offense is kind of up and down, shaky. Aaron Rodgers, do you go against Aaron Rodgers? Like, that's a tough game. Mm-hmm. Can you expect Khalil Mack to do what he did last year against the Packers when they played in Chicago?
Listen, they're playing in.
Now, get me wrong. I'm not asking for anybody's help because I don't want if they win, somebody come to me like, "Hey, remember that game you were struggling with?" I mean, that's like 0.1%. You gonna bring me all $20? Nah.
They're playing in Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who would you pick to win? Or you still haven't picked it?
No, I picked the Packers.
You picked the Packers on the road?
Yeah.
I'm taking the Bears at home. I feel like when you in the early part of the season, I usually go with the home teams until I can figure out what teams are about, where they kind of, fit in, how their season's going to develop. Till like week 3 or 4, I don't feel like you know a team. So if a team's at home and it's like a 3-point spread, I'm probably going to go with the home team.
And I'm going because you got a healthy running game for the Packers now. The receivers are another year in there. I think they're going to be all right. It's going to be a close game, and I just got more faith in Rodgers to pull something off at the end.
Is Rodgers 100% healthy this far?
Yeah, so far.
Okay.
And plus, I think the spread is like 3.5 or 4.
That's not a lot. That tells me that they
got to win by a touchdown.
Wait, what? In your league, when you pick, are you picking against the spread?
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. 3.5.
That's tough. And you were averaging what, 10, 11 wins against the spread?
That year when I did it, year 1, yeah.
Wow.
I said between 9 and 11 we were bouncing back and forth.
You just reminded me. I got to go back. I got to pick one of my leagues, and I got to pick it this week. As a matter of fact, otherwise I'm going to be hit. You just reminded me of that. I'm in so many leagues. How many fantasy leagues are you in, Ghost?
2.
Just 2?
Yeah. I kind of cut it
Shout
down.
out to the general. Storm Norm. The mastermind behind BKS1 Radio. Best Kept Secrets Entertainment doing his thing. What's up, General?
Chilling, man.
What's the Giants record going to be this year? Don't get crazy with it either. Be realistic. Come on. Oh, see, he punted on that one. He just went with they're going to have a great record. That's not a commitment. Make a commitment, Norm. Give me what? 7, 8 wins?
I'll come back to you.
All right. You're struggling. You better look at that schedule. Shout out to Storm Norm, the general, man. But yeah, let's see. All right, let's look at the opening week schedule. NFL schedule opening week. Hold on, let's go to that. You gotta get the sound right. Here we go. NFL football. This is what we all been waiting for. The regular season's back. Week 1. Let's keep it real, folks. Packers and Bears start Thursday, 8:20. You got the Rams at the Panthers. Coach, who you got in that game?
The Rams and the Panthers?
Yeah.
Rams.
Oh, that's a tough one for me because
I see if Cam comes back healthy.
Is Cam starting that game?
He had a foot problem. I don't know. I haven't heard he was missing it, but I don't know yet.
I'm going to go Rams if Cam doesn't play. If Cam plays, I'm going to go Panthers. Redskins and Eagles. Yeah. I have a hard time picking against home teams when the West Coast team goes to the East. I just feel like, the physical sort of the body clock, is off. So they're playing at 1, but it's really at 10 a.m., in their body. I feel like that plays, I don't have any facts to back that up. I just feel like it affects teams more. Now, really good teams can overcome that.
Well, you don't think the Rams are a really good team?
I don't know. It's week 1. I told you, week 1, I have a tendency to go to the home team.
Okay.
So if Cam's playing, I'm going to take the Panthers. Redskins at Eagles?
Eagles.
I'm taking the Eagles as well. Bills
Jets.
at Jets, taking the Jets. Falcons at the Vikings.
Falcons.
Man, I can't pick the Falcons. Falcons going Falcon. I cannot pick the Falcons against the Vikings at home week 1. I got to go with the Vikings. Ravens at Dolphins.
I don't trust Kirk Cousins.
I don't trust Cousins either, but I figure game 1, opening game at home, I can't see the Falcons. I just can't pick the Falcons.
They got better defense, I think.
I can't pick the Falcons. I just can't do it. Ravens at Dolphins. Obviously, you got to go with the Ravens on that one, don't you?
Of course.
Yeah,
I mean,
Ravens and
Dolphins giving up
Dolphins.
everything.
Chiefs at Jaguars.
Yeah, you're going from the West Coast, basically.
No, that's the Midwest.
Midwest, you still got
That's like a 2-hour flight down south.
It's a 2-hour difference, right?
1 hour. I think Kansas City is in the time zone, in the central time zone. So it's 1 hour, not the mountain, which would be 2 hours. Who you got?
Chiefs.
You going Chiefs over Jaguars?
Of course.
I think I'm going Chiefs as well. Titans at Browns.
Browns.
I'm going Browns. Mr. Baseball says,
I'm going to Ravens, Chiefs.
listen, man, don't tell me how to run this show. I'm running this show. I cut the damn music when I want to cut the music. All right? And for that, you know what? Here, here we go. I'm running this show. I'm the host. All right? Tell me when to cut the damn music. Talking about cut the music. You get a seat, you get your own show, man.
You pick the Browns.
All right, you pick the Browns. He's got the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Browns. All right, let's go. You got Colts, Chargers. Obviously, I'm taking the Chargers at home. Bengals, Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks. Niners and Bucks.
That's a tough one, too.
That's a tough game. Who you got in that one?
But hey, but we're going from West Coast to the East Coast.
Who's the better team in that one?
I think they both got flaws.
I would agree with that.
But I think the 49ers got a better defensive line.
Is Bruce Arians going to get Winston on the right track?
Yeah, but I don't think they have enough talent on offense. Their running back situation is by committee, and nobody's really stood out.
Do they still have Doug Martin?
No, Doug Martin's been gone. He was with the Raiders. I think they just released him. Well, he's on IR.
Oh, is he?
Last year. Remember they released him after the alcohol.
Who's the running back
with the
now?
rehab? Peyton Barber and Ronald Jones the third, I believe. But you still got what's his name? Mike Evans.
Yep.
O.J. Howard at tight end.
Yep.
You got Calvin Brady at tight end. You let go of Deshaun Jackson.
Okay.
Goodwin's over there, which I guess he's going to take the Deshaun Jackson role with speed. Humphreys, you let go to, I believe, the Titans. I don't know. I think it's a lot of turnover on offense. So I think that it's going to take Arians, I think, a couple of years, like maybe this year or next year to get it the way he wants it to be.
Isn't this the final year of Jameis Winston's contract? They didn't extend him, did he? I think he's getting $16 million this year. I didn't realize. Did you know that Bruce Arians was a quarterback coach?
Where?
That was before he became a head coach. He was a quarterback's coach.
Oh, yeah?
And supposedly, him and Winston have a friendship, relationship, coach-player relationship going back to when Winston was in high school. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of belief in the league that if Jameis Winston doesn't get it right now under Bruce Arians, that he's never going to get it right. Because this is his guy. This is the guy that has sort of tutored him. And in a lot of places, they regard Bruce Arians as a quarterback whisperer. He wrote a book on quarterback.
Yeah, this is last year. He's making $20 million this year.
That's crazy. He's been a bit of a disappointment, hasn't he? What do you think about Winston? I think he's been a bit of a disappointment from a career standpoint. I had higher expectations from him.
It all depends on the team you go to. Yeah, he's thrown some interceptions. I think he's been up and down, but I don't think the team did him any justice by keeping flip-flopping.
Yeah.
I think you need to go. You need to go with your guy and stick with him through ups and downs. It's hard for anybody to produce if they feel like when they make a mistake, they're going to be taken out of the game.
Did Winston have that problem?
And we went back and forth between him and Fitzpatrick at that time.
He said Winston would look good in Big D. No, he would not. I would not want Jameis Winston in Dallas. Would you, Ghost? I just don't think he's good enough. I don't think he has enough talent. I don't think he has enough leadership skills.
I think he has talent.
I believe he has talent, but I don't believe I've seen the best of him yet. So to me,
the people around him, I don't know. I see.
To me, he's been a disappointment. Heisman Trophy winner. I expected him to at least have had his team in a deep run for an NFC championship by now. And I mean, like you say, Ghost, I guess it depends on who's around you, but he hasn't put up. He throws too many interceptions. He's inconsistent. I just haven't seen enough of him.
They put a lot on his. They put a lot on his. He has to throw the ball a lot. They haven't had a good running game.
Right.
He throws a lot of interceptions, but they throw the ball a ton of times. That's all the offense is passing.
You could say that about a lot of teams, though. Patrick Mahomes threw the ball a lot of times. He threw for 50 touchdowns and how many interceptions last year?
This is 1 year, man. Okay, 1 year. Okay.
All right, I'm saying.
I'm saying. Okay, all right,
hold
Jeremy
on.
Lin.
Hold on. No. Patrick Mahomes is not Jeremy Lin. Come on.
I'm saying we got 1 year. Let's see if you got to do it again.
First of all, only like 3 guys have thrown for 50 touchdowns in the history of the NFL.
Okay.
So wait. So the odds are he's not going to do that again. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay. What would be a good year for Mahomes?
I don't know.
Because the bar has been set way high. How many guys have thrown for 50 touchdowns in 1 year?
Got about 3 or 4.
Who?
Probably Peyton done it a couple times, maybe. Brady.
I was going to say Breeze. I was going to say Mahomes, and I was going to say. I think the most Brady had was like 45. I think. Let's see. QBs that threw for 50 touchdowns. 50. That's a rare air up there. Hold on. Let's see.
Brady didn't throw 50 when he had Randy Moss?
I don't think so.
And
no, Tom
Gronk
Brady,
on
yeah,
team?
50 in 2007, the Randy Moss season. You're right, Ghost. I was wrong. Mahomes is the second quarterback to ever throw for 50 TDs and 5,000 touchdowns. I mean, 5,000 yards.
Well, 5,000 touchdowns. Jeez.
I mean, 5,000
killed fantasy.
5,000 yards.
He killed fantasy last year. You can have him all by yourself. You won the league.
5,000 touchdowns. I got a lot of
I'm
things.
taking him one over. I'm taking him number 1 every year.
And you don't need anybody else on your team.
Matthew in chat said, "What up?" Oh,
What up?
Oh.
Matt Barajas. He's part of the Sportscast family.
okay.
So shout out to him. Thanks for joining us, Matt. Because I know Josh is over there trying to step in our lane. I'm gonna have to have a conversation with him. We got to send some goons over there to break his leg and get him back on Wednesday where they belong and stop coming in our area. This Tuesday night is ours, man. Tuesday night is ours. Get your shit together, Josh. Anyway, all right, where were we? We're going back to the NFL schedule for week 1. If my computer would stop lagging, we could move this along.
What are we looking at?
Ghost, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, no, here we go. Giants, Cowboys. You know who we picking, Cowboys. Lions, Cardinals. Who you got?
Oof.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. Cardinals.
You taking the Cardinals at home? Rookie game for Kyler Murray
Yeah.
against a
home.
9-year veteran, Matt Stafford.
They're home. Nobody knows what Kingsbury's offense is going to be, so they don't have no film to study up on.
It's a good point, but
You
I'm
got,
going
you got a healthy David Johnson.
I got to go with the Lions. I think the moments might be too big. It's going to be a lot for both Murray and Kingsbury.
I don't know about too big.
Well, I just think it's going to be a lot going on. A lot of nerves, a lot of pressure. You know, I hear a lot of good things about Kyler Murray. Larry Fitzgerald's talking great things about him. But
See, I don't even know. Once they adjust to the speed of the game, I don't know if it's too big. You know, the fans that they play in front of every single weekend in college football is bigger than NFL stadiums.
yeah, but this is that's one thing. That's college.
Yeah, you got to adjust to the speed of the game. It's football.
Football's football, but not all football is created equal. Come on.
I know. I'm saying they got to adjust to the speed of the game.
Right, you gotta adjust
But
to
I
the
think,
speed of the game.
Like the pressure, the lights, and all that stuff. I don't think I don't think that carries weight with these big programs anymore.
I mean, that's a fair point in terms. I'm not really talking about pressure from the fans or pressure from being on. I'm talking about the speed of the game, the size of the players. This is real big time football. It's this ain't the preseason no more.
Mm-hmm.
Guys are coming for your head.
Mm-hmm.
The hits that you might be guys may have pulled up. Nah, man, they trying to take you out hard.
Mm-hmm.
This is real.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when you start that first hit that he takes from a real live first stringer, the ones coming at you at one speed, you be like, damn, this is another level. Now, how you react and respond to that will determine how well, I think he's going to do. I think Murray will be all right because I think he's played football at a high level his whole time. Did you know he was undefeated in high school? Won a high school championship in Texas.
Wow.
Yeah, this kid's. I mean, he's been playing ball for a long
Yeah.
time. But yeah. All right, let's go through it. Steelers at Patriots.
See, I gotta think. Now, are we just talking about outright wins? I gotta take the point spread out of my mind.
Yeah, take the point spread out your mind. We're talking Steelers at Patriots.
Oh,
Who's gonna
outright
the
win.
game? Yeah.
Patriots,
All right. And Texans at Saints. I'm going with the Patriots as well.
Saints.
Saints. I agree. And Broncos at Raiders. That's a bad game. How do you end the game? How do
I'm
you,
going Broncos.
really? I'm going to take the Raiders. I'm going to take the Raiders. I think AB's going to ball out.
I just think, but Broncos got good defensive backs. They got Von Miller, Chubb coming off the edge. Broncos got good defensive backs. I think their defense is a little better than the Raiders.
You think the Broncos defense? I mean, you still
Yeah.
got Von Miller out there. I just can't pick the Raiders with Joe Flacco starting. Can't do
Broncos,
it.
Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Well, they can run the ball. They got a good, better running game too.
Yeah. All right, let's take a quick 1-minute break. We'll be right back after the break, folks. And I got to ask Ghost an interesting question. Ghost, have you ever done karaoke?
No, I won't do it.
Man, he sure know how to mess up a segment. I'm going to ask you anyway after the break. Find out what song Ghost would never perform karaoke to. Keep it locked, folks. BKS1 Radio TV on YouTube, WBKS1.com. We'll be back in a quick 1 minute. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. In the game to my right, he is
Short Views, aka the Ghost.
O-Dog in the house here, talking sports with you. Please subscribe to the channel, BKS1 Radio TV. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let your friends know if they're into sports that we are here every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock. We're going to go hard and heavy now because, it's football season.
You know, I was telling before the show started, because I was going to do a fantasy football thing, right? But then I was like, nah, I can't do that because I'm in a couple of fantasy leagues and the people I win with might listen to the show, some at work, some outside leagues. I'm like, I'm not telling you who to pick up. So what I might do is, this is going to be a segment. This is who you should have picked up last week, just so I can get who I need to get, and then I'll talk about it afterwards.
You know you're crazy, right?
What? No, I can't do that.
It's the who you should have picked up last week
if you
on the waiver wire.
If you would have known who was in my brain, you would have
Right.
picked these players up last week off the waiver wire.
If you weren't in my fantasy league, I would have told you to pick these players up.
Because you know how mad you'd be?
No, you know what we should call
the
it?
waiver's coming up. Like, the waiver don't go up until Wednesday. So
Right.
That's when you can pick your players up. We're Tuesday. I'll be mad if I gave somebody a suggestion in my league. They pick the person up, and they help them win.
You know what we should call it? Last week's fantasy advice this week. What you should have done in fantasy football last week.
Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Where were we? I was talking about karaoke. Goes, what's your go-to karaoke song?
Well, if I was going to do karaoke, what song would I go to?
Yes, if you were going to do karaoke. Which, wait a minute. How many people in chat have done karaoke? Have you never done karaoke?
No, never.
Never?
Never.
Not even once?
Nope.
Would you do karaoke?
No.
Why not?
I'm not. This is something I wouldn't do. I'm not getting up in front of people and singing.
Wait a minute. Goes, we are arguably performers, entertainers on some level here, sport broadcasters. But you say, wait.
I'm not getting up in front of a crowd. No.
Wait, unmute me. Hold on.
You're not muted. That's on you.
That's me?
Yeah.
All right. I got it all the way up.
You're not muted over here.
All right. I don't know what's going on there. Is the sound plugged in? I don't know. Anyway, I can't get the sound to work. Soundboard ain't working. So you would never do karaoke?
Probably not.
I've done karaoke. But like you said, I don't know that I would do it sober.
Yeah, but people do that drunk.
You know, in Asian communities, karaoke is big.
It was big everywhere. I know a lot of people who love karaoke. I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to say I love it. I mean, I think I've done it 2, maybe 3 times max. Maybe 3 times, and that would be a lot.
Yeah, no.
If you were going to do karaoke, what would be your go-to song in chat on BKS1 Radio TV on YouTube? Tell me what your karaoke song would be. What would your song be? Goes. You can do something hip hop?
Oh yeah, it'd be hip hop.
Yeah.
Probably be like a Snoop Dogg song. Let me find this song.
Snoop Dogg. You know what my go-to karaoke song is?
What's that?
Purple rain, purple rain.
Oh, mine probably be Snoop Dogg. It ain't no fun.
It ain't no fun.
If the homies can handle it.
Can't have none. Something wrong with you, man. How come the damn sound ain't working?
I don't know. It's on you, man.
I don't know either, man. Hold on.
Because YouTube worked.
Let me see. Hold on. If I unmute this. The sound ain't working. Hold on. Yeah, that is. It's the board, I guess. Hold
Yeah,
on.
you probably have to restart it.
Yeah, I probably can't close the board. Yeah, I always used to do Purple Rain. I have no idea why. I just feel like it's a good song that back in the day when I thought I could sing.
And it sounds funny when you're drunk anyway, because it doesn't matter. You're not going to ever hit Prince's notes.
Right. I mean, one night, we were, I do project-based work, and there were like 6 of us, and we finished the project, and we went to this karaoke bar like across the street from, oh my God, we got so wasted. Me and my boy, Tom Terrific, from the Fantasy League.
Yeah.
We got on stage and did Purple Rain together.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
We were wasted. I love that dude. Shout out to Tom Terrific, man. That's my dude, man. He's a good man. Yeah, but what else was I going to say? All right, let's talk divisions, Ghost. Let's get back. Hold on. Let's see. Standings. Let's go to standings. Obviously, we went over it last week. We did the AFC, but we didn't go through the NFC. Let's look at the NFC heavy in the final break. We all know who's going to...
Final 20?
Yeah, we got the final 20. We all know who's going to win the NFC East. Can we agree on that?
Yes. Well,
Dallas
they're
Cowboys.
not going to agree. We're going with the Cowboys. Mr. Martin's going to go with the Giants.
Mr. Martin does not legitimately believe that...
Hey, man, he said they're going to shock the world.
What, they're going to be worse than they were last year? That's the only way they could shock the world if they were more horrible. And by the way, I called last year's record. I'm not so confident this year. I said the Giants were going to open up the season like 0-7 or 1-8, and nobody believed me. Everybody looked at me like I was crazy, and I was like, no,
Did
you
they
look at
start
the
out 1-8?
schedule. They were like 1-7. And I was like, all you had to do was look at the schedule. Now, I think they could go 3-1 just as easily as they could go 1-3. It depends. What's your karaoke song, Mr. Martin? All right, but the Cowboys, I believe, are going to win this division again.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, I think the toughest battle they're going to have in that division and win the division is going to be the Eagles.
Absolutely. Carson Wentz will be back. There will not be any Nick Foles to save him should Carson Wentz get injured.
They got a good running back. They picked up Jordan Howard from the Bears. Deshaun Jackson is back there, so you get your wide receiver set's going to be Deshaun Jackson, Aguilar, and Alshon Jeffries with your tight end Zach Ertz. Wow.
He said he's going to do My Philosophy by KRS-One.
Oh, wow.
That's a good one. I like that. All right, the Bears were 12-4 last year. Any chance that they duplicate that record, Ghost? Any chance? 12-4.
No.
I don't think so.
I mean, I
either.
can still see them. I can see them winning 10.
Are they going to win the division over the Vikings and Packers? Packers were a paltry 6-9. Lions were
Didn't
6-10.
get hurt? They had a lot of injuries last year.
Who?
Packers.
Yes.
The Packers defense got a little better too, I think. No, I think they're gonna be right there with the Packers.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think the Bears are going to be 10-6. I think the Packers will be 9-7, 8-8. I think the Vikings are going to take a couple of steps back. I think they might be 6-10.
When they get
7-9.
Deshaun Cook back, Dalvin Cook. I mean,
Dalvin Cook
he's
is
a good running back.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So it'll add a new dynamic to that offense. And if the defense can be consistent, you don't have to put all the pressure on Kirk Cousins' shoulders. I think they could be tough.
I don't know, man. Kirk Cousins,
You can't put all the pressure on his shoulders.
you can't put any pressure on his shoulders.
Well, I mean, he can throw the ball. Both receivers had over 100 receptions last year, Thielen and Diggs. And if you add Cooks and they don't have to throw that much, they can have a more dynamic offense.
All right. You got the Saints, Falcons, Panthers, and Tampa Bay Bucks. I think the Panthers, it all rides on Cam. If he's healthy, they have a shot. The Falcons,
That's actually probably the toughest division.
it is, really.
Well, no.
The Saints were 13-3 last year. How close are they going to come to that?
12-4.
12-4 again?
Yeah.
All right.
11-5, 12-4. I can see that.
I could see that. Falcons, are they going to break 800? Shout out to Joe
Yes,
Falcon.
They will.
I mean, break 500, break
Yeah.
8-8. The Bucks, how much better are they going to be? New coach, Bruce Arians. I like BA, man.
I think the Bucks can probably get 6, 7.
You know what I like about BA?
I like to wear different hats, and he just don't care.
Dude, that's what I was going to say. My man wears a Kango, and he got BA stitched in the side.
Yeah, he cool.
He is cool. Bruce Arians is cool.
Yeah.
And all the players that I've heard talk about Bruce Arians, they say, look, man, he's a no-nonsense guy. He's like, he tells you how it is, and he don't BS you. Mm-hmm. And you're like, you're not
Gotta
going to like
respect that.
Right. He's like, you're not going to like everything he says, but he ain't going to hold back, and he respects you as a man. He's like, and that's why we love playing for him, because he gives it to him straight. And when you watch interviews with him, you just get that essence of cool, because when he's sitting back, he's like, I don't know what to tell you. I just tell players the truth. And I'm like, damn, he rough. But he be sitting there with that Kango with BA on the side, looking cool as hell. So I agree with you on that one. And finally, the NFC West. You got the Rams, Seahawks. Rams with 13-3, Seahawks with 10-6. Niners and Cardinals.
I think that division is going to be the toughest one.
You think?
Well, I still think the Rams are going to win. But it all depends, because the 49ers have an opportunity to be a great front seven on defense. And if Garoppolo does well, they could be better. They're gonna be a lot better. What were they? 4-12.
4-12.
Yeah, I mean, you could add maybe another two wins to that.
6 and what? 10?
Yeah,
That ain't much better.
but then you're taking away one. 'Cause I think they could beat the Rams. I think they probably could take a game against the Seahawks.
So you're talking
So you're
about
gonna bring everybody a little closer together.
Okay, that's fair. Cardinals
Cardinals are going. They
got to be better than 3 and 13.
4,
That's it.
4-12.
I give them 6
5.
wins. I give them 6 wins. I think they can somehow.
They're
squeeze
getting
out 6.
swept by everybody in the West.
In the division.
Yes,
You think so?
yes.
All right, let's talk a little NBA before we get out of here. Goes. Did you hear Kobe's comments on Shaq?
Oh, they would have won more if Shaq would have stayed healthy.
Yeah.
Shaq would have been dedicated in the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard him. But he said that before.
Do you agree with that?
No,
He said they would have won 12.
no,
Do you think he was serious in that assessment?
no. I do think he was serious, but I think it was this little dig at
Shaq.
yeah, because they could have said you could have won more if everybody would have played together and stopped trying to be me ball at one point.
Yeah, you could say that Kobe was the problem.
Because you got to just do you.
We were talking about this last week on the Sportscast. Is it unreasonable for Kobe to expect Shaq to be?
It's unreasonable for anybody to expect anybody to do the same thing that they do. You don't know what's in that man.
Wait. I don't know that it's unreasonable.
No, it's not unreasonable. Because just because you get up at 4:30 and go shoot 100 shots in the gym, and then you go lift and you go swim, you can't put that on somebody else because that might not just be that person.
Well, see, that's what I was saying. I think Kobe falls into this very small category of athletes that are defectively competitive.
Yeah.
It's like Michael Jordan, like Tiger Woods used to be. And I think Kobe Bryant is right there in that group where, like you said, they'll get up at 4:30, go shoot 1,000 jumpers, then go lift, then go swim, then go back to the gym and shoot 500 more.
Yeah, expect you to do the same.
Right.
No, it's not.
I think that's unreasonable.
Yeah.
So that's what you're saying. Is it unreasonable for him to expect players? I wouldn't go so far as to say it's unreasonable to expect anybody to do anything.
No, I didn't say anything. I said do the same things you do.
Well,
'Cause
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He can't expect people to do that.
Right. Because, I mean, he, like I said, he's defectively competitive in my mind. He's a guy who, they used to say Michael Jordan would force you to play until he won. Mm-hmm. And he wouldn't stop until he won the game. Like, and we all know the legend of Michael Jordan punching Steve Kerr in the face and all that stuff. And Steve Kerr's still bigging him up. You punch me in the face, man.
Maybe he deserved it.
Fair point. I don't know how I feel about that, though. Even if I deserve it, you ain't have to punch me.
Hey, maybe what you did was you violated him somehow.
Well, that's fair. Hey, goes, I was listening to something on the radio. You know the group Hall & Oates?
Yeah.
Everybody knows Hall & Oates, Private Eyes, Sarah Smile, Maneater. Did you know there's a telephone number? If you want a Hall & Oates fix in an emergency, you can call this number and choose one of 4 songs to be played by Hall & Oates.
So the song is just played over the phone to you?
Yes. They call it Call & Oates.
First of all, all right. First of all, why don't you just download it to your Spotify?
Well, because
or your Apple Music.
Hold on. This line has been operational for wait, I read an article on it. It's called Call & Oates, the hotline you don't need but might want to call anyway. And if you pick up your phone and you dial 719-26-OATS, and just for, as they say, shits and giggles, I called it.
First of all, what's the charge for calling that number?
I don't know. I hope it's not a lot.
Like, come on.
This article was written on December 21st, 2011. They're talking about Call & Oates hotline. I called it last week. It's still operational.
Of course, because they just sit there and make money.
They said they get an average of what? I think he said 2,000 calls a week.
8,000 calls a month.
That's what they said. Can you believe that? He's getting 2,000 calls a week from people.
So that's 2,000 more streams they're getting.
Yeah. So listen, folks, if you want to get your Hall & Oates fix, emergency Hall & Oates helpline right now, 719-266-2837.
Just download this on CDs. Just download the music to your phone. Like, yo, who does that? Like, what? Like,
Probably people doing it. Here are the four choices.
it's a
of
gag
song.
call.
One-on-one, Rich Girl, Man-Eater, or Private Eyes. Which one you picking?
None of them.
Come on. Everybody got a favorite Hall & Oates
No,
song.
I don't have a favorite Hall & Oates
You don't
song.
have a favorite Hall & Oates song?
No.
You don't have one that you like more than the other ones?
No. I didn't even know they made Man-Eater. That's just weird to me.
She's a man-eater. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Oh, here she goes.
Oh, yeah. Watch out.
Watch out, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a movie?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't have a
Mr. Martin
favorite.
said stop.
I don't have a favorite Hall & Oates song.
You know what? My actual favorite Hall & Oates song is not on there. It's Sarah Smile.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one.
Never heard it.
One-on-one, I want to play that game tonight. One-on-one. Oh, you know Rich Girl, right?
No.
She's a rich girl, and you know it don't matter, because you know it don't matter
You turn this
anyway.
into karaoke? Like, no. Yeah, I
All
probably,
right, well, hold on. You got to go with the obvious. Private Eyes, been watching you.
no.
You don't know these
I
songs?
don't remember him.
Oh, come on, Ghost. You know the damn song. You just being a control.
No, I'm not. I don't. I will say I remember Man-Eater.
You remember Man-Eater?
I mean, it stands out, but other ones I don't really. I ain't like Hall & Oates wasn't in my rotation.
All right. All right. My mother was a big Hall & Oates fan.
So
That's
was
why I
mine.
know it. Was she?
Yeah,
That's weird. That's odd. That's interesting. I don't know. Like,
that's where I remember it from. I don't
Yeah.
remember like I didn't go to the store buy no Hall
oh,
& Oates.
hell no. My mother was a, you remember the band called Toto?
Yeah.
They wrote some song about Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta wait to take me away from you.
Mm-hmm.
My mother loved all that crazy
So
stuff.
like Kenny Rogers too.
Oh my gosh, she loved Kenny Rogers.
My
She
mother
crazy.
liked Kenny Rogers,
Did
too.
she really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
the
funny, yo.
That's how new country music. Kenny Rogers.
That's funny,
Had
yo.
the CD. With the card game he was talking about. No
Oh
one to
yeah,
fold
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah. No one in the hole.
Yeah.
Yes, my mother loved that song, yo.
Yeah. I
must-
still remember the CD with the cover with the not the CD the cassette. With
Yeah, the cassette.
Yeah, with the cover on it.
Yo, it must have been a thing back then because he must have been big. All right, listen. You know what? I was also watching James Harden. They kept talking about this one-legged three-pointer.
Mm-hmm.
What? Like, why should we care that James Harden can shoot a one-legged three-pointer? I mean, does that make the game any more interesting, any more difficult?
No,
Does it
it's
make
just interesting.
Does it make it harder to guard him or something? Like,
Yeah.
Does it really? Because he can shoot off of one leg?
Yeah, because you wouldn't expect somebody to be able to shoot off of one leg. You think if they're going to shoot up, they'll square their feet up, they'll square up, and then, all right, he's going to shoot. But if he just act like he's dribbling the ball and he goes off one leg and shoots it,
Okay.
it gives you an extra split second.
Because I couldn't think. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Why are we talking about one-legged jumpers? I
Nah,
really
it
don't
just
care.
throws you off. It's like I don't know whether he's.
Okay. Because I was a little confused by that. I was just like, wait a minute. What? Now, also in college football, we talk a lot of college football, more than we usually talk. And we're going to get into that a little bit more as the season goes on. I enjoy college football. Ghost, I don't know if you do. On some level.
I like watching the young men play. I hate the organization of college
Absolutely.
football.
Well, we both agree on that. Did you see Hugh Freeze, head coach of the Liberty football team, coaching from a hospital bed?
That was real?
That was real.
No, I thought that was a joke.
No, that was real. He had
Because
a
they have
staff.
to be up in the
Yes,
booth.
yes, he had a staph infection.
I thought somebody like photoshopped that. I didn't
No.
know. I thought that was like a gag.
No, that was real. He had a staph infection, and he couldn't be on the sideline, so they wheeled a hospital bed into the booth at the stadium, and he coached his team.
So what was the difference between being in a staph infection and being on the sidelines and being in the booth?
I guess it's contagious, and they had fewer people in the room at the time. I don't.
But don't worry about the people who you got to pass to get
I
there.
don't. I don't know that there was anybody. I mean,
I mean, you got to pass a lot of people.
Yeah, I guess you wrap the wound or whatever the infection. I don't know. Is that my question to you? Isn't that taking things a little too far?
Is it worth it for game
That's
one?
what I'm saying.
And what
And by the
team
way-
is he?
Liberty. You know how much they scored?
0.
0 points. Did you really need to show up and coach that team?
I just think it was odd that first of all the school would let him do it.
Right. But isn't that buy into the whole football culture of like, I'm here,
Yeah, yeah.
I got my staph infection, but I'm going to coach my team if I got to have them wheel me
Like
into
you
the
do-
booth in a hospital bed.
You do know staph you can die,
Yeah, you can.
and they're like a flesh eating disease.
Yes.
So he's going to be out around people.
which is crazy to me.
I wouldn't have showed up for work that day.
But
I wouldn't have showed up healthy. If
do
I
you
know
think-
if I'm supposed to be in the booth
Right.
and they're saying, "Oh, he's going to be in the booth with you," no, he's not.
We say no.
Nah, I'm going down to the sidelines.
I'm calling out sick that day.
I'll be down on the sidelines. No,
Yo, that's crazy.
he could have called that game from the hospital room
What was
on
the difference?
FaceTime.
Right, exactly. What was the difference? They showed him trying to give a speech, and I heard a report that said they were going to try to wheel him down to the locker room at halftime.
What? You gonna take time to move that whole bed downstairs?
Well, that was the problem, that they said they couldn't do it. By the time he would have got down there, halftime would have been over. So, yeah. So they had him kind of video chat in with his football team on a screen. But the whole thing just seemed like too much of a show for me. It's like, what are you trying to prove? If you got a staph infection, take your ass to the hospital, get healthy, and then come back correct. I just thought the whole thing was dumb.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was like, I'm like, they showed a picture of the guy in the bed. I'm like, oh no, this is a joke. Somebody's playing around. He's not really up there in the bed.
No, he really was. He really was. All right, everybody. It's been a tremendous night. Shout out to Chillman's Keep It Real. We coming up on 11 o'clock, so you know what time it is. Time for us to get out of here. We appreciate your time. Thanks to all the people in chat, Mr. Baseball, Mr. Martin, Matt Barajas from the West Coast. Thank you to all of us. We appreciate the love and support. Thank to D Goody for jumping in there.
Yes.
And if you have a friend that loves sports, tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's spread this thing, man. Don't forget, I put the link in for the Sportscast Pick'em League. If you want to join that, have a chance to win a $200 Visa gift card. There's a lot of good dudes in there, and it's just a lot of fun if you like football. And it's no cost to you, so just jump in there, log
put it in
in.
chat?
Huh? Yeah, I did put it in chat. I think I did.
No,
I did.
No,
It
you
didn't come up? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see.
the links might be blocked.
Links are blocked?
I don't know because sometimes you can't put links in in some chats. You might have to put spaces or something.
No, there it is. Right after What Up, D Goody? Biggins 212 did it. Let's see. Yeah, it's right there. At least I see it on my screen. I don't know. I'll try it again. But yeah, it's in there. You see it? I'll hit it again.
Nope.
Hold on. Let me see if you see it this time. Let's see. There we go. You got it?
Mm-mm.
If it doesn't come up, then that means they're blocking it. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's not picking up on mine. Last time I see it, I just see
You know what?
Mr. Martin saying stop. LMAO.
Yeah, and it's not picking up on mine. And you see, look, Ghost.
Yeah, you gotta try putting spaces in between periods or something.
Space in between the periods?
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that? Like, oh,
You see where it says www?
right.
You got too much of the
Okay. So now what?
You see where it says HTTP and it has name?
Yeah.
Put a space in there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And put a space where it says .com or wherever or at. You see where it says .com or something?
Okay. And just hit it?
Yeah, see if that goes through. No,
Nope.
they blocking that.
That's crazy. They're blocking it.
But you gotta take out the HTTP and all that stuff too.
Okay, I'll try it one more time. And but if you want in, just hit me up, and I'll give you the link. Hold on, let's try this again. Delete all spaces. I'm gonna. Let's see. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna do that, and let's see if that one will go.
Nope.
Nope. The group ID is 55765, if that helps. Go to ESPN. It's on ESPN. Pigskin Pick'em Sportscast Pick'em League. And we'll be back next week talking about football. Week 1 will be in the books. I can't wait. I'm looking forward.
Do they have a link on their site?
Yeah, you can go to sportscastlife.com and check them out. I'm sure they will have it there.
Sportscast.
Sportscastlife.com. Let's see. It should be up. Let's just make sure that is there. I always get that site messed up because there was something else before. Now, let's see. Yeah, see, I always mess it up. I think it's Sportscast Life. Oh, I put Sportcast Life. Always mess this thing up. There we go. That should be it. the new sports. I don't know. Yeah, there it is. Sportscast Life. SPROT.
Sportscastlife.com.
Right,
Check
and then
it out.
it's right there on the front page. You can, it says Sportscast Pigskin Pick'em to the right, down on the right-hand side. So check them out. Keep it locked here, folks. They come on Wednesdays. We come on Tuesdays. We'll be here Tuesday night to review the whole week of football. Week 1 will be in the books. I'm looking forward to it. We'll be able to tell you how bad the Giants look and how good the Cowboys look.
Thank you.
Have a great night. As we always say, you cannot play the game unless you are in the game.
Good night.